Okay, so what you're looking at, you're not looking at any alien. You're looking at a depiction of a fallen son of God of Genesis 6, which the Bible records as coming to judge in the last days. Now hold up. How could that be true? I thought that the interpretation of most of these Christians that we see here on YouTube, most of anybody else that thinks they know anything about the Bible, is saying that Jesus is coming back to judge with all this anger, wrath, and vengeance. Well, that's not what the Bible says at all, actually. And I'm showing you just that. Jesus' judgment is in the spirit. The fallen prince's judgment by these gods is in the flesh. That's exactly right. That's what the Bible's telling you. And then this is where this alien thing is coming up out of nowhere, and this is how all this stuff has all these biblical connections. And this is a living descendancy of physical beings that have been living underneath the earth. It's not the same ones. It's a descendancy, generation after generation. They live for long periods of time. And they've been increasing their genetics, they've been increasing their strength, they've been increasing their intellect, they've been increasing their beauty, and they've been channeling the fallen prince. That's exactly right. They've been doing the Kundalini. The real Kundalini, not the fake stuff that all these other people here on the surface are doing. They're doing the real stuff because guess what? It works with their genes. It don't work with you guys' genes. You think it does, but it don't. And that's why you see these elite clamoring for these bloodlines. You think they're just doing it to be cool? No, there's a specific purpose that has to do with being possessed, 100% illuminated by this fallen light being. You need the genes to be able to do it. Well, these guys got the genes. They've done it. And they're going to come back fully aware, fully enlightened. And they're coming as judges. And that's exactly what the Bible says. It's the 13th judge of Israel. That's who Dan is, the 13th judge of Israel. So this isn't only Dan. This is symbolic for this whole tribe of sons of God. This is going to represent Nergal, Samson, Gilgamesh, Dan, Hercules, and the list goes on. It's an overlay trying to cover over the truth so that you can't make the connections and create so many fractal separations of the truth you don't know what's going on. And you can't put it all together because it's all so separated. Well, guess what? It's all coming together here. So did you recognize this symbol here that we've already shown the connection to? And I showed you in Isaiah that fallen Israel, false Israel is worshiping the Queen of Heaven, and then I'm showing you the connection to Israel here through Dan, Nergal, Samson, and then here's the Queen of Heaven right here. Did you notice that? It's exactly the same Queen of Heaven we've got right here. Exactly. Notice in this one she's submitting the lions, though. She's literally standing on top of the lions with her eagle talons and submitting them. They're under control, is what is being symbolized. And that's what these symbols are here. But it's not what other people are telling you what these symbols are. And it's not what Google's going to tell you what those symbols are. I'm not going to tell you what they are now. That'll be for another time. But it has everything to do with what's happening right here. So notice what we got going on right here. There's our Queen of Heaven. Right there. Notice what she's got beside her. Notice that she's got these same two lions right beside her. Now you're going to say, well, Kurt, in this picture, you're showing us that there's two lions beside her. They don't look like they're under control. And then in the other picture, Kurt, you're saying that she's controlling and submitting these lions. And you're going to say, well, Kurt, that could be true, but you could be misinterpreting the symbols because all these symbols could be interpreted any way you want, blah, 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 all that stuff, you know, Kurt. You know, you might not have this right, Kurt. Well, I got it right. And I can explain it. And I can explain why these lions are submitted right here perfectly. And I can do it at chapter 19 of the book of Ezekiel. Moreover, take thou up lamentation for the princes of Israel, and say, what is thy mother, a lioness? She lay down among the lions. She nourished her whelps among young lions. I'll be back.